Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Esports Broadcasting Network, a sim racing media company. We are live here in Nashville, Tennessee at Nashville Superspeedway for round 4 of the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. I am Angel Santiago. Guest today is going to be Kevin Gibney Jr. Kevin, you got a copy?
Got you on the curb, big pal.
Well, for everybody, Kevin is not somebody who does broadcasting with us. Simply a good friend of mine, a competitive racer with me, and needed some help today, so he's here joining us. We'll be excited to have him, and we're going to show what this RICMOTECH Truck Series has to prove. I've been talking them up quite a bit. Kevin, what are your thoughts on tonight's race, and as we go over the race info for tonight's race?
I'm excited for some good racing. Nashville Super Speedway has always been a pleasant race experience for me, and I'm really excited to see what this RICMOTECH truck group has in store for us.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute blast. For those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook, remember throughout the broadcast, if you are rooting for anybody in specific, just let us know. We'll do our best to get over to them. For now, we're going to go ahead and jump over to the grid. We're going to see here where these gentlemen are going to be qualifying at for tonight's race. So in first place right now on pole, Raul Alves. We've seen the speed he's had, excuse me, this season. It has been unreal. He just hasn't quite been able to find his way into victory lane just yet. Nonetheless, last week's winner, James Holzer, is going to be in second place today. Started on pole last week. So good back-to-back qualifying sessions for him. Brendan Book up here in the third. Jeremy Clifton in the fourth. Kyle Knapp is in fifth. Devin Coleman's in sixth. Ed Morse in seventh. In eighth place, you got John Sterling. Michael Thwaites is in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Jordan McGraw. Kevin, I will let you have the next 10 here.
All right, in P11 we got Eric Driggins. In P12 we got Alan Hilton, Mike Rominger in P13, Tyler Dohar in P14. In P15 we got Nicholas Roman. P16 Bryce Senesac. P17 we got Randy Kruter. Please excuse me if I butcher any of these names. P18 we have David Elliott. P19 Bill Hall. P20 we got Rick Christensen.
All right. And then in 21st, we got Samuel Morris. Mark Hamlin's in 22nd. Daniel Holloway in 23rd. 24th position for Rob Griffin. Don Milkowicz is in 25th. Wallace Boyce in 26th. Chris Akers, a little surprised to see him this low, excuse me, into qualifying in 27th. Thomas Amasis in 28th. Scott Brotherton in 29th. And Christopher Basinger in 30th. Kevin, I'll let you have the last six.
All right, Angel, thank you. 31st position, we have Ryan Hoover. 32nd, we have Riley Payson. P33, Joshua O'Connor Sr. P34, we got Cale Maben. 35th, we have Christian DeBoer. And rounding out the field, 36th, we have Kevin Franks.
Well, 36 drivers. It might be 34, 35. One of those might be race control tonight. But nonetheless, we have a field of over 34 trucks tonight. It's going to be a full one here at Nashville Super Speedway. But these drivers over the last couple weeks have not disappointed whatsoever. We've had quite an exciting last couple of races. Last week it seemed like our pole sitter James Holzer had the race won earlier on, then kind of got stuck back in traffic, didn't really move anywhere. So we kind of just counted him out. Then the fuel strategy came into play, and James Holzer ended up being back at the front and winning last week's race at Auto Club, rounding out your two races over in the West Coast, as they were in Las Vegas the week before. We're mid-country today. We're here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a Colts fan, so Kevin, you know I want to throw a little jab at the okay-ish hometown team for Nashville.
I mean, they did win without Derrick Henry. I have to say that.
Yeah, that one surprised me and not in the way I wanted, both for the Colts' chances and for my fantasy team, as I had Matthew Stafford.
Patriots won. That's all I really care about. All I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they're sneaking their way in there. The Bills somehow losing to the Jaguars. That was a stunner.
That was a big stunner, and let me tell you, the AFC is now wide open after that.
Man, and that kicker for the Jaguars. You know I can't root for the Jaguars, but that kicker played at UCF, and I got to meet him a couple of times. So Matthew Wright hitting some couple of 50-yarders. He didn't even do that in college here, so that's also nice to see.
I remember that game in London against the I forget what team they played, but
Well,
that
the
kick
Dolphins,
was
I think,
veering.
right?
It was the Dolphins. That kick was veering right, then went right back in. I remember Kevin Harlan calling that play, and it was a thing of beauty.
What a beauty! I think we were messaging about it and everything. You may have mentioned it, so.
That
Right.
I think we were, but yeah.
At this moment in time, the field is just getting ready to start gridding here. They're finishing up. It's a warm up, but not necessarily a warm up. That's where we do or where the truck series here they do their driver meeting, just kind of go over all the rules. And just a reminder, not that these drivers have shown any reason not to obey the rules as of yet. So before we go green here and get ready to grid, we're gonna go ahead and bring you into the intro for the Extreme Racing Series, which is the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. Bring in their intro, get a quick commercial break in, and we'll be green.
RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. There's only one place to go. RICMOTECH.com. RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go. RICMOTECH.com. RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. There's only one place to go. RICMOTECH.com. RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go. RICMOTECH.com.
All right, we are back. I do believe wasn't showing up here, but I'm looking at the stream now. Looks like we had a bit of an issue with that first commercial, everybody. So my apologies. We'll get that back up in no time. We're getting ready to go green here, starting to grid up. As we mentioned, we're here at Nashville Super Speedway for the 1.3 mile oval. Concrete oval is going to make this a ton of fun. And I know how much I love my concrete tracks. Kevin, how do you feel about the concrete ones?
Well, despite popular belief, I'm a big, huge fan of Dover. If you put that on the schedule, I will definitely race there.
Yeah, Dover's a ton of fun. It's probably one of my favorite tracks too, and I haven't fared as well here at Dover, at Nashville Super Speedway. It's sister track, but worked out for me a couple weeks ago with some fuel mileage. But nonetheless, the overall weather is 69 degrees, which is exactly what it is here currently in Orlando, Florida. Kevin, where is it? Where you live?
Um, I know it hit about 69 today. Maybe not 69, but maybe about 63. Right now it's 54.
Oh, nice. That's pretty nice. I'd take that too. Overall, low humidity, 47%. Minimal wind. It's going to be track temp right now. It's a cool 69 degrees. That's going to be pretty exciting for all these. We're going to have a lot of grip on a track that, in general, kind of just lacks grip.
It really does lack grip. It does make for some interesting and fun racing. Nashville, in my opinion, is definitely a driver's course.
Oh, absolutely. Which leads me to no surprise that Raul Alves is on pole and James Holzer starting in second place. Everybody behind here as well. They've qualified and ran good overall. I mean, we've had a lot of guys. I mean, some guys running in the back. Like I said, Chris Akers, where usually you see him showing some type of success. So Rick Christensen back there 19th right now. So these guys usually running up front. So I expect to see a good amount of movement, and this is really going to put to the test which drivers can handle this overall on their own.
Sure thing of that. And another thing to put in, tire wear and fuel mileage. How's that going to affect other drivers, front runners, people in the back? Are they going to save? So on and so forth.
And pace truck is down. We are green, live from Nashville Super Speedway. Raul Alves with a huge jump. He immediately gets away to first. Brendan Book on the bottom is going to be able to take second away from James Holzer, as he's now under attack from Devin Coleman. They're single file here down the backstretch. Everybody's kind of taking it easy here. Ed Morris looking like he thought about peeking out. Here's the 12 of Michael Thwaites. Everybody just kind of staying calm for the first couple of turns here. See, right now Raul Alves with a half a second lead over Brendan Book right now. And as you had previously mentioned there, Kevin, we'll have to see how tire works out into this, because concrete can really chew away these Goodyears, and they do get 5 total tire sets, so I believe that averages out to 25 laps? Almost 25, 26 laps a set.
Yeah, around there. I mean, that's still a very generous amount of tire sets, and really to see how tire strategy plays into this race.
Yeah, 26 laps. It's not like I didn't have a calculator right in front of me. Right now we have a battle for the 5th position here. Jeremy Clifton and Kyle Knapp battling it out. I think Jeremy Clifton right now has the advantage over Kyle. See number 3, John Sterling, kind of pulling into the picture. Now, just so everybody's aware, we did have 34 trucks start the race. The other 2 are going to be considered the race control for tonight. But of these 34 trucks, we have only 3 Toyotas. 1 currently in 11th place, peeking in on the top 10 as number 21 of Eric Driggins. Then we have 4 Fords, and right now they are all in the top 7. So a Chevy-dominated field. Kevin, I only have to mention that just because you're here with me tonight.
Oh, you know, I am a Chevy guy, so no surprise there. That's a Chevy-dominated field.
Yeah, missing our Kevin. Today is filling in for Tanner, and you know how much Tanner and I we are Ford fans. So had to bring in a Chevy guy for today, but nonetheless, it's a good one. And I expect to see them running up front at one point today. Right now, the battle goes on for the third position. It is James Holzer and Devin Coleman, a Chevy Ford battle right there. The 99 and the 87 as they drive here into turn one. This is a track where you really can arc your corners and you can make up a ton of time through the middle of the corners and off onto the straightaways. I'm gonna jump down here, see what other battles we've got going on right now. You see Ed Morris, you've got Kyle Knapp and Michael Thwaites right all on top of each other. It was 120 laps later, they'd probably be 3 wide through there, but it is Kyle Knapp and Ed Morris right now battling it out for the 7th position. Ed being one of the admins for this league, one of the guys who helps run everything. So a lot of work goes into that, and to see, as I always say, nice to see them running up front. Go a couple positions back right here. We have Alan Hilton and Nicholas Roman. Roman's been pretty fast as well each of the last couple weeks, as you see him driving down here into turn one, taking away that 10th position from the number 2 car. Roman is looks like he got a pretty bad starting spot today. That's terrible. 15th though, a little bit lower than normal. So you're going to see him moving his way up through the field. Jump back to it right now. Raul Alves up to a 1-second lead over Brendan Book. James Holzer in 3rd, Devin Coleman in 4th, and Jeremy Clifton so far in your top 5. We're going to jump a little bit further back here. We got all these trucks almost on a blanket over each other. Everybody's right on top. You see the number 4 of David Elliott peeking under number 80. Not going to decide to make a choice here. But a couple spots in front of him, Mike Rominger. You see him on the bottom looking to get up under Eric Driggins. But it's a battle between Eric and Allen right now as they go across the start-finish line down into turn 1. Right now, Mike Rominger, he's itching to try to get past these guys, but knows better than probably taking them 3 wide 10 laps into this race, right, Gibney?
Oh yeah, people who go, you know, all out on the beginning, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. You could, you know, move up the field, get out of harm's way, stay up there, or you can be the harm's way and just ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah, it is certainly a fine line, trying to not be the reason a caution comes out. But let's say you're Nicholas Roman and he started a little further back than expected, trying to gain as many spots as possible. As you see, he drives under number 12, a great run to the middle of the corner for Roman. He's going to try and take the 8th position away from Michael Thwaites. He'll have the preferred lane going here into turn 1, and he will take that one. Jump back here to your leader, Raul Alves, now up to a 1.3, almost 1.4 second lead. Raul looking to walk away with this one 12 laps into this race. Brendan is now looking like he might be under attack from James Holzer. Holzer looking to take that 2nd position back away. This is where Holzer started this race. Raul got to a great start, and Brendan Book benefited from it, taking away the 2nd spot. But don't look now, but Devin Coleman, the number 87, up to 4th here. He's been up 2 spots, trying to get spot number 3 away from James Holzer. Jeremy Clifton, John Sterling, Ed Morse, all just kind of relaxing, you know, taking a deep breath. It's a long race again. They're maybe halfway through a tire strategy, if that's what they did. But you can certainly believe them extending it as far as they can go fuel-wise. There is quite a bit of tire fall off here, though. Right now, we're looking at think about the fastest laps. We've got everybody's about anywhere from a half a second to 0.8 of a second slower, 15 laps into a run. So we certainly by the end of a fuel run, you know these guys will be itching for a new set of good years. Christian DeBauer making his pass on Scott Brotherton. You guys are pretty spread out here. I'm going to guess somebody probably got loose in front of somebody else and everybody kind of just checked up because I don't see any real damage in any of these trucks to assume anything worse. Nobody's on pit lane. No surprise to see Mike Rominger looking to try to make up some more spots here. He's making the pass for 12th on Eric Driggins. Driggins falling back a few spots here, 2 spots behind from where he started the race. Right now, your biggest movers in the race are Nicholas Vroman, up 7 spots from having started back in the 15th position, and Christian DeBauer having started back in the 35th position, now rolling his way into 28th. So far, Tyler Dohar and Jordan McGraw have lost those positions at 8 apiece. Tyler won for, he's kind of the Brad Keselowski, I'd say, when it comes to strategy. He likes to stay out for as long as he can before he's got to cut the pit road. And it actually worked out for him a couple times at Daytona, leading to a nice top 10 finish for him. Kevin, I guess I'd say anything that's struck out to you so far. Now we enter our 20th lap of this race.
Nothing as of far. I mean, it's pretty uniform racing. It's good, clean racing. That's what I like to see. A lot of passes. You know, you explained that gap earlier. Maybe someone did get loose, and you know, at least no one got wrecked. At least no one got taken out of the race. There's a big gap in the field, but everyone's still in contention to be here in the end.
Yeah, I'm just not looking at this number 26 truck for Daniel Holloway. That's a good looking truck. They looks like they worked the spec maps perfectly on this one.
It's actually making me a little hungry.
Oh goodness, I guess this would be fantastic right now. I love chocolate. I like how the gold wheels really did match up well with it. You know, sometimes the wheels, the paint on it doesn't always match well with the paint on the car, but I gotta say here, they did a real good job with this gold.
That is a pretty sharp looking truck, I will admit.
Looking fantastic under the lights here in Nashville. You're gonna see quite a few different trucks here that they've got some pretty nice paint schemes to them. I gotta say, overall, they've done a pretty good job finding themselves some pretty nice paint schemes. Chris Akers always has that Reese's peanut butter one.
He's the winner in my book. I'm always down for a Reese's.
That's where I can finally disagree with you. I hate peanut butter. So.
Man, you know.
Alright, we'll go ahead and jump back up to your leader here, Raul Alves. James Holzer did finally make his way past Brendan Book, and James not really wasting any time. He's already cut down that lead that Raul had by, I'd say, about half, and Brendan Book is kind of just following suit right now.
I wonder if Raul is just wasting, I don't know, I want to say burning his tires, but maybe Holzer just saving enough that he can catch Alvis and maybe just go for a pass.
We did see Raul jump out to a quick lead and kind of pull away in that sense. You wonder, did he use too much at first, or maybe is he just saving now, having that lead, going ahead and that's not much of a lead, but any bit that you can save is definitely going to help in a long run at a track that chews up tires the way Nashville does.
And for sure, I've been in that position. I burned my car up way too early, and I shoot myself in the foot with that. But maybe Elvis is saving right now, and it's just a trick play.
Well, certainly wouldn't be surprised for us to see that right now as he maintains a half a second lead over James Holzer. Right now, the battle is currently for the 6th position. Ed Morris and John Sterling kind of going back and forth here. John with a little bit of a crossover. Now down to the bottom here into turn 1 as Nicholas Roman continues to pick spots off, being patient behind these two guys. You can tell he'd love to stick it 3 wide off of turn 2 there.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Go for the 3 wide, maybe make them chicken out, make them check up. But also, what if they don't check up and cause an accident?
Exactly. Why we're ever so careful, even surprising how close tight racing we have with these trucks. There is no fast repair here.
And that could be a real killer. Once one good smack to the wall and you're pretty much out of the race here.
Absolutely. Here it is. You see Ed Morris finally gets to run off the corner to clear John Sterling, and now John is under attack from Nicholas Roman. We'll see Roman use every part of the racetrack he can. It looks like Sterling slides up ever so slightly, trying to pin Roman up. Not going to happen. Roman's going to have to run. Looks like the 12 car, Michael Thwaites, thought about trying to push Sterling down the straightaway, decided he's going to go to his outside and try to follow along. Roman not quite clear yet of John Sterling. John holding on tough on the bottom there. And looks like he's just going to have to push now to get in front of him.
And funny enough, personally, I like going high in 3 and 4 here because there's a wicked nasty bump in 3 and 4 that will upset the car immediately.
Oh, it is.
Personally, the high side doesn't have that. You can get the nice runoff. That's just, that's my preferred racing line around here.
Well, and as the the run goes on, you lay down the rubber, the tires just really don't hold on as well. The out, kind of coming in a little bit higher isn't the worst thing for you. You see that right now with James Holzer behind Raul. You see he came in ever so slightly higher, just trying to get a nice run down the front stretch here, as he has now cut that gap to less than 1/10 of a second. He's going to look low. He peaks, decides not to.
And like I said, or like we said, maybe Alvis is just holding off. Maybe he's just trying to play mind games with Holzer, that maybe his car is just burned up. Maybe it's not. We always have to think of what the driver is doing. Maybe he's actually burned stuff up. Maybe he actually has a good car and plans to drive away sooner than later.
Well, at a 75% fuel capacity, I'm guessing. Man, I don't know the fuel capacity. Oh, he's going to cut it close right there. James Holzer gets his nose caught off a little bit of Raul Alvis, and I think James decided he's just going to let up and not take that risk, as you said, here early on in this race.
Now, if that was me, I'd be a little upset if I was Holzer. But no, that's just my driving style.
Well, see, can Holzer use... Oh, Holzer tried using the 59 as a pick there. Raul saw it, but I think Holzer's going to have a run as they go into turn 1. He's got under him. He's going to have to let off just ever so slightly. Oh, it's going to be some tight racing here for first place. This is lap 32 of 130. James Holzer all over the back bumper of your poster to Raul Alvis. He's going to go in a little bit higher, try to carry some speed off of the corner, maybe use one of these 2 lap trucks in front of him as a pick. 17 stays high, 50 dives low. 99's all over his bumper, pushing him down into turn 1.
This is some intense racing, Angel, I have to say. This battle between 15 to 99, this is what we pay to see.
I'm telling you. Oh, here comes the 99. Big run. 50 tries to throw the block. Not enough. They're both going to let up here. I think Raul was just going to go ahead and let James Holzer have it. I don't think they meant to have the contact that they had, but wow.
That was almost a yellow.
Oh, right there. The 99 cuts across the nose of the 50s. He slides up. 50 with a big run down the front stretch. Gets back up to James Holzer's outside. Is his lap truck going to affect him? 3 wide here in 1 and 2. The lap truck just trying to stay out of the way. Nothing he can do. The 99 is going to use him to pin the 50 behind him and hold on to the lead. Wow.
That was a great move by the 99. That was an excellent driving move by the 99.
Absolutely. What a move the 99 put there to hold Raul Alves off. The 05 truck, I think I may have said the 17 at one point. I'm sorry. The 05 of Thomas and Massey, he's just trying to get around the track and not be in the way, but there's only so much you can do.
If you're a lap down car, you usually just see people side by side. All you can do is stay high, and if they
put it 3 wide, yeah, that's on them. You know, you stayed out of the way, but guess what? Brendan Book has inserted his name into the running for first. He's going to have a nice run here off of 4. He's going to try to get close to Raul Alves. Looks like Raul's got some right side damage there.
Nothing but a flesh wound.
Absolutely. Just give her the wall. A small kiss is all it was. As a reminder, as I mentioned before, if you're in chat with us, if you're watching this race, give a shout out to whoever you're rooting for tonight. We'll be happy to jump over and show them on the broadcast for a little bit. Right now is the battle for second heats up now. Raul Alves under attack from Brendan Book. I don't know about you, but I think Raul he just can't wait to get some fresh good years on that.
Oh, I don't blame him at all. I know. When I race here, I cannot wait for my fuel stop and my tires stop. Tires burn up here quick.
You are correct there. We've got quite the battle going on behind here. It's actually 2 lap cars on the outside, the 05 and 59. You see the 2 of them. That is Thomas and Massey and Joshua O'Connor. Just trying to stay out of the way. Not going to affect these guys at all. Doing a great job being respectful to them.
That right there is just proper racer etiquette.
Yeah, I do believe this is the 18th season for these trucks, the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. So no surprise that the respect amongst these drivers is absolutely fantastic. Even if they're just new to the series, you see, like even then, the 51 stood up there a little bit. 05 just moved up out of the way for Jeremy Clifton. So yeah, absolutely fantastic job between them. And at that moment in time, we were talking. Brendan Book got past Raul Alves for the second position.
And it makes you think maybe Alves did burn up his truck racing Holter for the lead.
Not only that, just trying to get out as far as he could. So now he's got about 0.8 of a second behind him to Devin Coleman. And then Jeremy Clifton is there. Coleman just trying to get past the lap truck there of the number 90.
I believe that's 92.
Yes, Ryan Hoover. All right, well, this is lap 40 as the lead calms down ever so slightly for just a moment. We'll go ahead and take it back to that first commercial that looks like it didn't play completely.
RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com. RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Got that commercial in for everybody, just to make sure we can see the fantastic products by the RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment Company. Man, Kevin, I'd say if I had more money to spend, I'd certainly be spending it on some new equipment from RICMOTECH. Man, they have some great stuff they put out.
I would too, definitely. High quality button boxes. Nothing to complain about.
And here it is, James Holzer, your leader, coming down pit lane. He's going to be the first one to jump in here. Actually, looks like we had Raul Alves came in on that last stop. So here comes your leader, Alan Hilton, Jordan McGraw, two of them not quite pit yet. And as I had previously mentioned, and to no surprise of anybody, Tyler Dohar over here, the number 77, up to third position. Staying out, trying to gain some... maybe get some extra luck here.
And I always love green flag stops. Make you think, do I want to stay out, maybe get a lap led, get some extra points? Or do I want to pit now, get the tires, fuel, and try and get my lap back, get my field position back?
Well, here it is. Alan Hilton, Jordan McGraw come down pit road. So Tyler Dohar will resume as the race leader. Samuel Morris behind him, also having to come down pit road here sometime soon. And I was going to mention Kevin Franks, but looks like he's making his first stop here on pit lane. So right now, your leader would be Kyle Knapp, who he started this race in the 5th position, came down pit lane. Actually, I don't have it set up here. Just a moment. There you go. So Kyle Knapp came in on lap 28. Actually, these guys all came in lap 40, around 44. So Kyle Knapp was gaining a ton of time, and he's up here in the 3rd position right now. He will take the lead. I mean, James Holzer's right on him, so Knapp might not inherit the lead, but man, what a move! Pitting 16 laps earlier than everybody else, and he was right up here with the leaders.
And it makes you think maybe he's going to use his tire sets evenly spaced. Maybe he's banking on a flag-to-flag run. An evenly spaced tire set, maybe he'll be there up front at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do something different than the leaders. I mean, if a caution had come out, at the right time, he would have been in that perfect situation. So, pretty nice job here for Kyle Knapp. You see Tyler Dohar, he's still out. Oh, he's going to miss the entrance to pit lane. Tyler Dohar off of turn 4. Not sure if he was trying to get to pit lane or if he just lost it off of that turn.
And that is going to sting big time.
Yeah, that's definitely going to sting. I've done that all too many times and lost myself that situation. Luckily for Tyler, they're coming across the line for lap 50, so still got 80 laps to go. Plenty of time to make up any type of mistake that you might have encountered right there.
And even then, maybe he'll get the lucky dog later down the line.
Absolutely correct there. Right now, man, look at this. Brendan Book has got a mirror full of Devin Coleman in 3rd. Devin is right there looking to try to make the pass. Right on top of each other here. Right now, we're going to see a ton of drivers put down their fastest laps of the day. Nicholas Roman in the 6th position, sitting behind these 2 drivers in front of him. Got Michael Thwaites, Bryce Sinasak, Jordan McGraw, Rick Christensen, Daniel Holloway. You get these guys on a fresh set of Goodyears, and they've got this track maybe a little bit better figured out, and you're going to see a ton of fastest laps here so far as Devin Coleman takes 2nd away from Brendan Book.
It'll be interesting to see how Coleman pushes it. Maybe he'll try and get the lead away from Holzer. Maybe he'll just lay back, stay in 2nd, let Holzer burn his stuff up, then take away from him with ease.
I definitely think James Holzer seems to be a bit more of a long-run truck. So I say if you've got it, go get him while you can. Put some pressure. Maybe cause him to use up some of his tires more than he's comfortable with.
And we definitely saw that from the last green flag run. Holzer caught down the Raul with no issues at all. And it was a very good battle between the two. Very clean pass. And looking to see what Coleman does here with him.
There is heavy damage to this number 50 truck for Raul Alves. I am not sure what all happened to him. We'll have to go back and try to figure out. As we go in here on Nicholas Roman, he's going to dive to the inside of Jeremy Clifton. Jeremy's not going to put up too much for a fight. Just go ahead and let him right on by. Nicholas Roman now up 11 spots, up to 4th. So far, your Esports Broadcasting Network biggest mover of the race. See, we're going to go jump over here and see what all happened possibly to Raul out. Oh my goodness! It looked like he blew a tire here.
It does. I find it hard to believe after you just pitted.
I mean, that thing just shot to the right. I'm going to jump in, as everybody always knows, my favorite view here. It didn't sound like a blown tire, but that thing just shot to the right there. That's going to be a shame for pole sitter Raul Alves, for essentially taking him out of the race for today.
That was interesting too, because his wheel was still up, but he just shot to the right, but it didn't sound like a blown tire, like you said.
No, I mean, it wasn't even that it got loose on him. I mean, you didn't see the back end really come around. It just shot to the right. I mean, and he could just do nothing for it. So that will take out your pole leader from today's race. Raul Alves says bad luck continues here 4 races into the season after showing quite a bit of speed. James Holzer currently still your leader right now. Let's see what we got ourselves. A nice battle on track right now. Let's see. See Joshua O'Connor in the number 59 trying to close in here on the 05 of Tom Imasi, who's currently on the outside of the number 92 truck of Ryan Hoover. So no matter where you look on track, you got people battling it out, trying to figure out where their positions are going to be.
That's what I like about Nashville. Something always going on here.
And so from the looks of it, I'm going to believe these drivers are going to try to do this on 2 stops. I'm going to imagine maybe Kyle Knapp is looking to make that 3 stops possibly. They came in mostly around lap 43 to 45, a couple earlier than that, but
hey, wake up.
It looks like that's gonna put us at 45 to 90, and that puts them an extra 45 laps to 130. So yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how this fuel strategy goes. Yeah, maybe 2 stops, maybe 3. I'm more debating more on the latter of 3 stops for everyone around here.
looks like Raul Alves saying looks like he had an issue a few laps beforehand with another truck, and they got into him, and that gave Raul some early damage. We crossed the line for lap 60. We're almost halfway through this race. That will put us at the lap 65 mark. We're going to go ahead and put up our second commercial of the day. We will be right back.
RICMOTECH high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you to RICMOTECH for their series sponsorship. Nice to always see companies putting back into the sim racing community, and like I said, every single time I see one of those commercials, I just wish I had something to buy myself a nice little setup. I'd get rid of my go-kart in a heartbeat.
Well, tax season is only a few months away.
Oh, I got bills to pay with taxis and stuff, though. I became irresponsible.
Responsible butter knife? Imagine that.
For those of you who don't know, butter knife is my nickname for the other leagues that I run in with Gibby and some of our other guys. So that's a whole other life of me that fans at home don't know just quite yet. Alexander Brown joining us on our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Saying let's go to GT Motorsports. Which, if you give me a moment, I can tell you those drivers are. But imagine we talk about GTM Motorsports, which would include the number 3 of John Sterling, the 5 of Brendan Book, the number 2 of Alan Hill, Mark Hamlin in third, Mark Hamlin, Jeremy Clifton, and Samuel Morris in the number 94. Tyler Dohar, and matter of fact, your leader James Holzer. So pretty good group of guys over there.
I think they're having just an all right night tonight.
Yeah, last week we saw the primetime drivers really dominate, and you see right now the number 56 of Christian DeBauer, one of those primetime drivers, getting lapped down here. But yeah, it looks like I know the James Holzer won last week, but we saw a lot of the primetime team up front, so a little bit different today with James Holzer as your leader, getting plenty of laps led here as we are completing lap 67, coming to lap 68 of the 130 lap race. We'll go ahead and give you guys a race rundown. We'll go through all the drivers for you, and we'll keep on going. Usually what we try to do here at the halfway point. So, as previously mentioned, James Holzer is currently your leader from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Devin Coleman in second from Baton Rouge. Don't really need to tell everybody where that is. I think we all know. Brendan Book from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Nicholas Broman from Baltimore, Maryland. Jeremy Clifton in 5th, Statesville, North Carolina. 6th place, John Sterling in the number 3 Ford F-150 from Reston, Virginia. Michael Thwaites is in 7th from Westminster, Maryland, one of those prime-time trucks that we were talking about. Ed Morris from Culbertson, Montana. Brian Senesac from Fort Wayne, Indiana. David Elliott is in 10th place from Radford, Virginia. I'll let you have the next set here.
All right, we got Bill Hall from Spartansburg, South Carolina. P12, we have Alan Hill from Mocksville, North Carolina. P13, we have Jordan McGraw from Bridgeport, Texas. P14, Rick Fritchenson from Waterloo, Indiana. Number 21 of Eric Driggins from Dalton, Georgia. One of the other primetime drivers. The 26 of Daniel Holloway and P15.
It's got the nice paint scheme at least.
Very nice paint scheme. Number 80 of Randy Kruder from Johnstown, Ohio.
Well, that got an Ohio guy over here.
Mike Rominger, the number 9 from French Lick, Indiana. Samuel Morris from North Vernon, Indiana.
Yeah, quite a few guys from Indiana here, huh?
A lot of Midwest.
Yeah.
Chris Akers, the number 1 Reese's, my personal favorite truck in the night so far. Whitesville, Virginia.
Well, I think we'll go ahead and dub Chris Akers the number 1 Reese's paint scheme, the paint scheme of the night. Kevin Franks here is in the 21st position from Rockmount, Virginia. Old timer sim racing, as he says. Rob Griffin in 22nd from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Don Milkowicz from York, Pennsylvania. Wallace Boyce, one of our few Toyotas in the field from Suffolk, Virginia. I'm pretty sure I butchered that one. Kyle Knapp from Cobbles, Michigan. Cobbles, I probably messed that one up too. Tom Massey, Lexington, South Carolina. Christopher Bassinger from Tucson, Arizona. 16, so a young driver here. Tyler Dohar from Walbridge, Ohio. Christian DeBauer from Grand Rapids, Michigan, coming off pit lane for his second stop of the day. Kyle Maben from Wheelersburg, Ohio. Yeah, quite a few Midwesterners, huh? Josh O'Connor on pit road right now from Waynesville, Missouri. Mark Hamlin in the number 88 from Maiden, North Carolina. Ryan Hoover, number 92 from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And then Raul Avis out for the race from Dallas, Texas. There's your rundown of all your drivers in tonight's race so far. James Holzer still your leader. He's got about a 1.6 second lead over Devin Coleman, who's in second, as we mentioned. Brendan Book still holding on to third. Nicholas Vroman maybe he's going to need another set of tires before he can make a run at these leaders just yet.
I'd say one more set of tires for him, and he could easily have a podium, maybe even a win here, because he's been looking fast all night.
Yep, absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, Roman was in the top 3. He had a podium last week at Auto Club, so certainly would like to back that up with another podium finish, or even possibly, as mentioned, a win tonight. Be big for Nicholas. James Holster just looking to put him back-to-back here.
Ain't nothing wrong with back-to-backs. One of my teammates actually got a few back-to-backs in our other league, and nothing but props to him. It takes a lot of skill, patience, dexterity just to get it back-to-back.
Yeah, the pressure to win one alone is difficult, and you go ahead and put in a couple back-to-backs together is definitely pretty impressive, especially for James Holzer. Started on pole last week, saw some adversity, stuck in the back, came up to win the race regardless. Today, put on one heck of a battle between him and Raul Albis for the first position. So certainly wasn't a walk-away one for James. He had to really earn these first 75 laps, and he's going to have to earn the next 60-something from here on out.
No question about that. And when I'm coming from the back, trying to make my way to the front, my mind's always in, all right, save your car, save your tires, save as much fuel as you can. Don't make any enemies, just take your time. Other people will make mistakes.
Absolutely. You don't want to be the issue. You don't want to be the person, you don't want to ruin it for yourself, because we all know, probably 8 times out of 10, we ruin it for our own selves.
And not just getting into your own head, you get to think, oh, I'm not doing good enough, I have to push myself harder. And when you do that, you tend to overdrive it, get into the wall, get into other people, and just all downhill from there.
Absolutely, you are correct there. Getting into your head and just kind of hurting yourself for no good reason. Absolutely, you are correct. As you see, Christian DeBauer, we saw him coming off pit road, so he's got fresher tires in these lead lap cars right now, so he's just going to keep pulling away from them. Right now, your closest battle on track, Samuel Morris is right on the bumper here of Randy Cruder. The 11 truck behind them is Christopher Bassinger. I do believe he's not in the lead lap, so.
And it's surprising to see there are no yellow flags yet.
Well, you know, we have a thing here called the broadcaster's curse, so you might have just brought it up for for these drivers, Kevin.
What do you mean? I didn't say anything about that.
Oh boy, but yeah, this is part of what makes the RICMOTECH Truck Series so good, and you can see why RICMOTECH is willing to put their name and brand out here as a title sponsor, because the racing is so good all throughout, and there's just no cautions. I mean, there's minimal cautions every week. I believe we only had maybe 2 last week, I think, if that. Daytona only saw 1 or 2 as well. I missed out on Vegas, but that wasn't a heavily played caution race either. So 4 races to the season, and it's certainly a trend in the right direction, or a trend in general of good overall racing by these drivers.
Even, you know, 1 or 2 cautions only at Daytona, that's a milestone in itself.
JT Hawkins in our YouTube chat says, "Is this what it's like watching when the same dude wins every race?" Doesn't happen often. It feels like in the RICMOTECH Truck Series, but James Holzer looks like he's on a tear right now in the last 2 races. I mean, even then, as I mentioned, last race he didn't necessarily dominate. Did get the pole, but kind of got stuck in the back a little bit. And as Alexander Brown said, he's sticking up the show for some of these other drivers, but again, he made it a blast just to get to that position, and we've been watching since, just kind of watching the other drivers. So many different things could have happened from here, you know, just in the next 5 laps. We actually should be seeing these drivers come down pit lane within the next 5 to 10 laps.
And that's going to make it interesting, too. Green flag stops are always a big variable.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Tyler Dohar, and again, not sure if it was just trying to come down pit lane or just coming off turn forward. I had missed the pit lane entrance, but yeah, it's a very easy pit lane entrance to miss, especially when you're on the concrete, because it's just that much harder. You just really slide the tires a lot more on concrete. You don't quite have the grip to stop. So if you're trying to come down, you're again on these 44, 45 lap old tires, yeah, it's definitely going to hurt you here.
Definitely is, and maybe it's not even the driver. Maybe it's just the brake bias. Maybe you had to set too high or too low. You were coming in too hot, too cold, and maybe you decided to stay out, or just completely missed the pit exit or entrance, excuse me, in total.
Absolutely correct there. And Kyle Knapp, we're gonna keep him updated just because he's on this very different strategy as everybody else. So he actually came back down pit lane at lap 62, which is about 6 laps after if he would have done the same time as the first pit stop. So maybe extending it a little further in these next couple. We're gonna try to make it on the same amount of pit stops. But again, just trying something a little different. Last time around, he was, let's see, half a second faster than your leader with these 20, oh my goodness, almost 25 lap older tire or fresher tires. So,
and like we said earlier, concrete tracks eats up tires. Tires are crucial here, and green flag stop are just 4-dimensional chess. You always have to be ahead of your opponent in at least 10 moves.
Absolutely, you are correct in that sense. Devin Coleman says, you know what, I got some more work to be able to catch James Holtz, our leader, so let me go ahead and come down pit lane first and try to make the most out of it. James Holtz are not coming down pit lane just yet. We're not quite in that window dividing up this race the way they wanted to, so lap 90, I'd say, is when we should see some more drivers. But again, you got to do something a little bit different. Ed Morris on pit lane here, a lap earlier than I think it's some of these other drivers. And he last pit at lap 44, so actually, you know, going 44 lap stints, that works perfectly fine as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if Holter tries to stretch it up. Never mind.
Never mind. Oh, you got to love it when the driver does exactly the opposite of what you're thinking about right at that moment in time. So Nicholas Vroman, Brandon Book, Michael Thwaites all coming down pit lane here as well. Alan Hilton staying out along with Jordan McGraw. Eric Driggins, we'll see. Looks like he's slowing down, coming down pit lane here. Going to take it safe. Right in through there. So Alan Hilton, your leader right now, the number 2 truck. Some of these other trucks around him with fresh tires just going right on by, getting themselves unlapped. And number 34, Jordan McGraw, trying to stay in tow there. Samuel Morris also still out on track right now. These drivers all pitted, and as you said, Alan Hilton and Jordan comes down pit lane. They last pitted at lap 45, and Samuel Morris was lap 46. Kevin, go ahead. Sorry.
I can tell McGraw was definitely thinking about staying out because he was definitely late coming on the pit road.
Yeah, that is. Here's James Holzer right now. He's got himself the lead still. Came back out in front of Devin Coleman, but I mean, Devin gained a ton of time on James. I mean, that was almost a 2-second lead he had. He cut it down right now to 3, almost 4/10 of a second. So big move there for Devin Coleman to do that. We're going to jump here to Jeremy Clifton, who just put down the fastest lap of the day at 29.97. So your 8th place truck right now with a very fast lap. Let's not count him out of this one just yet.
Now, Angel, driver to driver, would you rather pit with the leader or would you rather pit before the leader?
Well, depends. Am I the leader or am I not the leader? I mean, or, you know, where am I at in this situation? I mean, if you're Devin Coleman, I do exactly what he did. Short pit him a lap, you know, use those fresh tires to your advantage. You can stay right with him. You know, you're going to make up a ton of time, and again, you got to do something different. You can't keep doing what he's doing. If you get out in front of him, fight like hell to stay out in front of him.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
See, right now, Samuel Morris is still your leader. Has not come down pit lane yet, so making this, stretching this out ever so slightly more. James Holter is about 6 seconds behind him, but the battle for the lead is between Devin Coleman and James Holter at the moment. Nicholas Roman just tied the fastest lap of the day for 29.97, so he is flying right now in fourth, trying to catch these leaders. He was about 3/4 of a second faster as Samuel Morris makes his second trip down pit lane.
I wouldn't be surprised if Roman tries to make his way back up to the top 3, get in contention within a second, maybe even a half a second, have a 3-way battle for the lead.
I'll go ahead and review GT Hawkins, still one of our commentators, or those commenting on our YouTube. He said a heck of a broadcast for us here. Keep up the good work. So, and GT, I know Kevin will be happy to hear that, knowing this is his first time doing this, and I think he's having some fun here.
No questions about that. I'm having a blast tonight.
It's nice when you just sit back, watch it. You get to talk about it, you know. But you get to sit back and watch other guys go out and have fun, and you know, it's not always about you having the race. You can just sit back and enjoy it.
I never knew there was like this side of this. Like, I thought it was all just driving. Way less stressful just watching the race and just commentating on it.
Yeah, it's nice again just to sit back, relax, watch these guys do what they do best, and they put on a show for us, and we get to enjoy it and just talk about it, try to interact with the fans as much as possible. To cross the lap 96 mark, I think this would be a good time to throw up a turn it up session. So, as always, if you are watching with us and you've got headphones in, just be prepared. It will get loud. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from our always very fun Turn It Up segment here. Get to hear those trucks nice and loud and get us, get us excited here. We got less than 30 laps before the end of this one's over. And from the looks of it, I mean, we should have seen our final green flag pit stop of the day. So I think from here it's going to be who can keep it in one piece to the end of the race.
I don't want to be a negative Nelly here, Angel, but I'm definitely seeing one yellow flag in our future.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see. We just completed lap 103 of 130, so currently on lap 104, which means we've got 37 laps to go. 27 laps to go. If I can do my math correctly, I think we'll be all right.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll go flag to flag, and I would not be opposed to that, but I would also not be opposed to a late flag or race.
Rack them up and try it again.
Exactly. Fresh tires, all the gas you can have. Let's go at it for the last 25 or so laps.
Oh yeah, every single driver will be down here for fresh shed of feel goods, as they call them.
And let me tell you, they do feel good around this track.
Oh, a ton. Let me go ahead and kick back in tower mode here and take off the little ticker up top just so you can keep up. Everybody can keep up with where their drivers are currently at out on track. Your top 10 always constant on the left hand side, and then the other 10 behind them just keep circulating just so everybody gets a chance to see where their favorite driver is at. If they're having a bad night, they're down there. But if you're a fan of James Holzer, you're loving this. He's got himself now a 1.5 second lead over number 87 Ford of Devin Coleman. What's Kevin, if you're in a situation right now with James, you got 24 laps to go. You've been out here now for about 20 laps on these set of tires, halfway through this run. What's going through your head here in the final 24 laps?
Save, save, save. Run high, save your tires, save gas. I mean, even then, you could have a slight fuel run, maybe not. Just save your tires, run high. Let them wear out their stuff trying to catch you. Let them make the mistakes.
And then here comes the fun question as the leader. How late does a caution have to come out before you no longer consider coming down pit road?
That's a good question. I mean, it really depends on the strength of the field. With Coleman, Roman, Book, all looking very strong tonight, I'd say within 5 laps.
So anything less than 5 laps to go, caution comes out, you say stay out?
I'm staying out.
Staying out. Right now you got 16 trucks on the lead lap. So looks like they're getting ready to lap number 21 of Eric Driggins, and everybody, just so everybody understands how this is, if you're following your favorite driver, you're not having a good night, maybe running back at 16th, like Eric Driggins about to get a lap down. By no means is it anything against his driving style or his speed of the night. It's just when you have these long green flag runs, you come down pit lane twice, so many different things could happen. Oh, there's almost contact between the number 92 and the 21 right there. Woo!
That was a little too close for my liking. I am not gonna lie.
How are you feeling there if you're James Holzer seeing that happen?
I'm seeing a fresh set of tires. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh, we're gonna go back ever so slightly here. We're gonna jump on board. We don't do this, haven't done this too often today. Let's see, did I go back far enough?
Well, it looks like they might have touched. Maybe
They
just
touched ever so slightly. You saw you could hear it. He was off the throttle the entire time.
I don't blame him at all. If I saw that, I would be off the throttle trying to avoid that crash.
Oh my goodness! Did all that at the same time. He didn't really lose too much time to Roman.
Not at
Who
all.
is your second place driver now? Nicholas Roman up to second, passing Devin Coleman.
And what did I say about, 30 laps ago? I see Roman getting the podium tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You are correct. At this moment in time, he's in prime position in that prime time number 95 Chevy Silverado. So he's right now 2 seconds behind the leader. So I mean, if you're Roman, you mentioned it. If you feel like you've got nothing for him, here's what I would do. Don't know if it would ever work in my opinion. At this point, you don't think you're gonna catch Holzer. He's faster than you. Save your tires that you've got left in case we do get a caution, let's say with 2 to go. Maybe you have fresher tires when you get racked up there with Holzer. What do you think?
If you see a caution within the next 13 or so laps, you're gonna pit. You'll take this, you'll take the hit on the field position, but with the fresh tires, you can make that up within this, and especially here in Nashville.
GT Hawkins back on our YouTube said he thought James was done there. And I think maybe that's what some of these other drivers were wishing for. Just an opportunity to get there and pass James for this win.
I think we all thought that was going to be a yellow. That was definitely good racing between the 21 and I believe the 92.
Yeah, great job. I mean, they made contact. Wasn't even staying off each other. They did make contact, and yet nothing happened. So great racing, driving by the two of them. You're right. As we come down now to just 16 laps to go here in the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. Currently your leader, James Holzer, started in second place today. Made his way up to the front, had one heck of a battle with your pole sitter, Raul Alves, to get that spot early on in this race. And really from there, he's just set it on cruise control, just trying to hang on for as long as he can and try to pick up back-to-back wins and be the first two-time winner this season in the RICMOTECH Truck Series. And driving that, we talked about last week, a Jeff Burton throwback paint scheme with that number 99.
I credit Jeff Burton giving me my inspiration for my number 31.
That is right. Oh, you don't look at that. I mentioned that without even remembering that. So you definitely have to be liking James Holzer's paint scheme tonight then.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Well, if you want to go with the original, I have to go with Robbie Gordon.
Oh, that is true. Go back to your field. Nicholas Roman is indeed one of your biggest movers in the race, but actually up 13 spots, he's not your biggest mover. Kevin Franks in the number 98 Ford F-150, right now running in the 21st position, started this race dead last. He's up 15 positions. So far, with 13 to go, he's going to be your Esports Broadcasting Network biggest mover of the race.
And sometimes starting dead last is actually a pro. You can avoid wrecks. You can, plan green flag cautions differently. It's really amazing what you can do starting in the back.
Yeah, you can definitely make some different strategy moves just to try something different and hope for the best. And clearly, it's been working out here for number 98 Ford of Kevin Franks. And remember, we mentioned, I told you at the start of this, I know Fords were running up front, but Chevrolet would eventually make his way into the lead. And currently, they are first and second with James Holzer, Nicholas Roman. Devin Coleman is your highest running Ford, and Eric Driggins at 16th, currently your highest running Toyota.
Chevrolet's up front, as they should.
I don't agree if they should, but they're running up front today, so.
I just think as they should.
Oh, that's a little close there for the leader as well.
That was a little too close to my liking. I'm just sitting here in the broadcast booth.
Oh my goodness, that was shows a 13 truck. Don Milkowicz there, your number 13 truck.
You were just trying to get a side draft off of him.
Yeah, it was just a little fun right there as we come down to 10 laps to go. GT, no, there have been no caution. So we have gone caution-free for 119 laps officially. 120 as they come across the line this time around. James Holter driving down here into turn 3. No, it's been a caution-free race. So I'm not gonna lie. I thought maybe this might be the first race we have a couple of cautions, but these guys here in this series keep surprising me week in week out.
And there is nothing wrong with the flag-to-flag race. It proves who can do the best green flag stops, who can save their tires. Fuel strategy comes into mind as well. It's just a very strategic race when it comes to a flag-to-flag race.
Very, very true there. We'll go ahead and just show you where the race came from. It was a pretty cool night to start. The track temp has not changed. Still the same. Actually, they may have been 67, so it went up 2 degrees with the trucks out there. So track temp has stayed the same. You haven't had much change in the overall reaction to the track, so I think that also helps. A guy like James Holtz, who ran good early on, who was worrying a long race is 173 miles, I think, almost 200 miler, that track changes could happen, and that could affect the handling of your truck as well.
Oh, no question at all. Consistency is a big factor in racing, especially with the track conditions. When you have a track that's changing, say you have especially during now, after daylight saving times, say you have a race starting at 4 o'clock and it suddenly gets dark, within the hour, track temperature gets cooler, you have to adjust, track bar, air pressure. But with this track staying consistent, running your line, you'll definitely come out on top.
You are correct there, yeah. So that daylight saving times, that always screws us. At least we get the one this time, This time of year, at least we get the extra hour of sleep, so that was nice. That's what we had.
I needed that Sunday, no questions asked.
Oh, it's great. If you go to sleep even later on Saturday, just because you can make it up naturally the next morning, so.
It's like you race until 2 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock again. Did you really race until 2 a.m.?
I always wonder. I wonder how did that work? How does that work on iRacing with?
I think what they do is at the hour strike, which I believe is 2 o'clock, they reset the times back an hour on the official races.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, so every daylight saving times era, I have to adjust, all right, this class runs at this time, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I don't do officials really at all, so I definitely did not know the answer to that one. So thanks to Kevin for coming on and having that useful information today. It's a lot more useful than I could have given. We'll jump over here to Ed Morse right now. He's got 2/10 over Bryce Senesac. So the 09 and the 7, those are the 2 trucks right now battling for position. Battling for that 8th spot. Senesac is actually up 7 spots from his starting position. His starting position for the day. So I know it's not the biggest move of the race, but 7 spots is a nice difference when you're talking about a field of 34 trucks.
Nothing to laugh about at all. 7 spots, I'll take that in any race.
Absolutely.
No matter the size of the field.
GT said it's about time for Brendan Book to wreck it then. We're talking about no cautions haven't come out yet. Brendan right now looks like stuck in a little bit of some lap traffic. Ooh, it's a 13 and 28 door each other a little bit there.
And we might get that caution sooner than later.
Oh, Brendan had to go all the way down onto the apron, just slid up the racetrack. Luckily, the 13 was all the way up in the 3rd or 4th groove out of the way. That could have been a pretty bad situation there for your 4th place runner. Oh, there is contact there into turn 3.
Oh, that 13, he's pushing limits.
I'm not sure what all happened here.
I think the 5 just slid up the track a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the 5 maybe just trying to arc the corner, just didn't see how close. All right, we'll jump on to the chopper view right here. Oh, yeah, that was just a little bit of a racing incident. Bad timing for it, but nonetheless, we are back. It is the final lap as they're going to come off a turn 4. James Holzer, in dominating fashion today, wins back-to-back races in the RICMOTECH Truck Series from Auto Club to Nashville Super Speedway. What a race for James Holzer tonight.
If you were to look up domination in the dictionary, he would be the picture.
Absolutely, that was unreal. What a fantastic job there for James Holzer, starting the race in the second position, needing only to gain one spot, doing so early on, and did not look back from there. Here comes Nicholas Roman, your second place finisher. Going to give a little congratulatory drive up to the 99, and Devin Coleman ended up in third place. So, wow, what a flag to flag, 130 laps. How about it?
I'm not complaining at all. That was a very clean race, very interesting race, very eye-catching race at some places in the race there. Nothing to complain about.
Agreed. We're going to look over James Holzer. He is just burning it down for everybody. We're going to jump to Devin Coleman. That's your third place finisher in tonight's race. So give us just a moment. We'll bring Coleman in. I just got to find him. Well, actually, he's already waiting. Okay, they're all waiting here for us. There you go. See what happens. We jumped to the wrong broadcast room here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Let's go ahead and just jump into where we need to be here. Give me just a moment.
User was moved out of your channel. Channel switched.
All right, everybody, here we're in the right one now. We'll go ahead and bring Devin Coleman in here.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Devin, this is Angel and Kevin in the ESBN broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right, Devin, sorry about the little delay. Just realized that we were in the wrong room the entire race. Instead of dragging you all the way up and back down, we'll come down to you. Devin, congratulations. You got a podium finish here today, finishing in the third spot. How did the race go for you overall? Did it go as planned? Did you expect this to be flag to flag here?
I knew there was a chance. We've been doing pretty good all year about running, close to flag, maybe one or two cautions. As far as how it went for me, pretty good. I short pitted that last stop. I didn't think I had anything for the 99, but I had to give myself a chance, right? It ended up costing me second, but overall it was really good. Finally had a race where I didn't get caught up in anything, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, Devin, you did a great job on being able to avoid any situations, and it's exactly you did exactly what Kevin and I think we were talking about right when it happened. You got a short pit if you're not gonna catch them doing the same. So short pit, tried something different. So I'd say I applaud you for the for taking a shot, not just riding around there. Kevin, you got anything for Devin before we let him go here?
Nothing short of exciting race for you and the top three. Congratulations on the podium, man.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Just real quick, if you guys don't mind, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Ricky. His app is on the side of my truck, Stint Analyzer. It's a free tool for iRacing. It gives you a lot of stint data, lap average, et cetera, et cetera. You guys feel free to search that. And thank you guys for calling the race. Thank RICMOTECH, and we'll get it again next week.
It looks like we're going to try to pull it ever so slightly here. I think we got a little bit of it, at least in the broadcast here for you, Devin. Not a problem. Congratulations again on your podium finish, and we'll send you right back. Go ahead and celebrate.
10-4, thank you.
User left your channel.
All right, nice run there for Devin Coleman once again. Now to go ahead and bring Nicholas Froman in, who again I'm pretty sure is back to back top fives for him here. Let me just go ahead and find Roman.
User was moved to your
Hey,
channel.
Nicholas, this is Angel and Kevin in the ESPN broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, what's up?
Nicholas, if I'm not mistaken, back-to-back top fives, correct?
Yeah, third last week, second
There
this
you go.
week. So
Back-to-back
hopefully
podiums.
next week
There
will
you
be a
go.
first.
You're trending in the right direction. Next week sounds like we'll be talking to you from Victory Lane.
Hopefully.
Well, Nicholas, tell me, how did this race go for you? Did it fall as planned, and what did you need to catch that number 99 truck?
To qualify better. I qualified 15th. It's just not, Holzer and them guys, they're too good, to be giving up that many spots off the start of the race. So, I botched it in qualifying, and that's what ultimately threw me
User
out of
joined
winning
your
this
channel.
race. Or at least racing with Holzer, giving him a shot for his money.
Yeah, I mean, you did a great job in that sense. I mean, I was definitely kind of confused. I said maybe you had messed up your qualifying lap early on to see you qualify so far back, but a great charge through the field. Let me double check here. Unfortunately, your 13 spots gained wasn't the biggest mover of the race, but you're one spot off, Nicholas, nonetheless. Congratulations. I'm sure you got some people you'd like to thank before we let you go.
Yeah, man, Primetime Motorsports, everybody on the team. I enjoy racing with those guys every single week. Everybody on the track, man. It was a really good, clean race this race. It's a lot of fun, working my way up through the field, starting 15th. You guys in the booth, man, people out there watching as well. Thank you all. We appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you, Nicholas. Have yourself a great evening. And as I said, it looks like this trend is in the right direction. We'll see you in Victory Lane next week.
Let's hope.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your. Let's see if we get it in there.
User
There you go.
was moved out of your channel.
That was Nicholas Roman, your runner-up here from Baltimore, Maryland, and we have already just so eager for his interview, James Holzer from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, back-to-back wins. Kevin, I'll let you have this interview with James.
James, you got a copy up here in the booth?
Yeah, I got you, guys.
Man, nothing short of dominant. Once you took the lead, you did not give it up. How does that feel tonight?
Felt really good. I had a lot of confidence coming in tonight on the long run speed, but this is a track that's really tough to battle with when to go and when to push the tires. So just knew early that the 50 was most likely going to be pushing. So really wasn't really worried about him on the first run. Was just really trying to get the feel because we didn't get a lot of practice in. But running a couple league races here before definitely benefited knowing how hard to push when. And like you said, once we got the lead, we really didn't look back. The first pit stop wasn't the greatest. We lost some net time, but nonetheless was able to hold our ground. And then that last run there, we were really just able to get around those lap cars and really pull away.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic job, James. I mean, you put on a show. That battle with Rose that you had early on, I mean, I think it was maybe 30 laps into the race. You guys were pushing it pretty hard 30 laps in. Was that something you planned on doing? Did you want to get out to the lead as quickly as you could, or was it just circumstantial at that time?
It was kind of circumstantial. I really knew that I saved my tires better than he did. For the most part, I thought. I was kind of concerned with how good he was holding pace up to about that lap 30 mark, but right front just started giving up on him. And I kind of undershot the first run a little bit, saved the most tires during that run. So, just kind of minded our pace and knew we would find ourselves there and we were going to have two more runs to figure it out. So it was just positional at that point. I really wanted to get the lead because I felt like I was faster than him and the 5 was about equal with me at that point. So I didn't want to lose a position to the 5 because I know he has really good speed here as well. So really just wanted to capitalize on that as quickly as I could and hope that he held him up a little bit. But yeah, nonetheless, we just did what we had to do.
Well, James, you did a fantastic job. The first two-time winner in the series for this season. I'm sure you have some people you'd like to thank before you go out and celebrate it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank you guys up in the booth for ESPN. Always a great broadcast. It's a joy to go back and watch. It's top tier broadcast on the service. Got to thank everybody just in the league of Extreme Motorsports 99 for putting on a great show. Not many leagues can go caution free for 130 laps, especially at a track like this with so many different tire differences and lap cars. And there was a lot of give and take, and it was very respectful. And it's a lot to appreciate from the drivers, and that really says a lot about us. I got to thank everybody from GT Motorsports for, being on board with us, and it's just awesome to have such a great team. We're like a well-oiled machine, having the team championship last year, and we all ran pretty good tonight, so it was good to do that. And then got to thank everybody on the car from JP Designs, our primary sponsor, who has reached out to a couple other drivers now in the league with Samuel Morris and um, Brendan Book doing his schemes, even though he doesn't have the JP Designs logo on the car. Just got to thank Next Level Motorsports, Raise Energy, Butt Kicker, and Laurel Auto Group also for being on the car, and the primary sponsor, RICMOTECH, for being on board with us all season. It's a blast, and really looking forward to this. Hope we can keep up this momentum moving forward, try to make it 3 in a row.
Absolutely. Also, Kevin was a pretty big fan of your paint scheme tonight. He's a Jeff Burton fan himself.
Awesome. Yeah, it's kind of like an X-side spin, but it's an X-side spin combined with the Carson Hocevar truck scheme from Bristol this year. So I really like the way it turned out, and JP does a fantastic job. Excellent turnaround, even though he was on vacation. Getting schemes done in 2-3 days, being on vacation, he's just outstanding to be with. And those package deals, schemes are starting around $5 or so, depending on what the difficulty of them are. So definitely a guy you want to go and check out.
Absolutely, James. I appreciate it. Fantastic job again. Congratulations on back-to-back wins. We will see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
User was moved
All
out of
right,
your
that
channel.
was your race winner. We're going to go ahead and go over your finishing positions today. All right, gonna pull up our race one. All right, James Holzer, back-to-back wins in the RICMOTECH Truck Series from Auto Club last week to Nashville this week. Nicholas Vroman, third last week, second this week, looking to make it a good trend to first for next race. Devin Coleman finished third, Brendan Book in fourth, Jeremy Clifton was your top 5. Michael Thwaites finishes in 6th, John Sterling in 7th, Ed Morris, another top 10 run in 8th, Bryce Senesac in 9th, Alan Hoon's going to round out your top 10.
We got David Elliott's in 11th, Jordan McGraw in 12th, Rick Christensen is 13th, 14th Bill Hall, 15th Mike Rominger, 16th is Eric Driggins, 17th Chris Akers, my personal favorite car of the night. 18th Samuel Morris. 19th Daniel Holloway. 20th Kyle Knapp.
All right, in the 21st position was Randy Cruder. In 22nd was the number 98 truck of Kevin Franks, who was indeed your biggest move of the race, edging out Nicholas Roman by 1 position, so 14 spots. So, Kevin, your ESPN biggest mover of the race award. Wallace Boyce is in 23rd. Don Milkowicz in 25th. Christian DeBauer was 25th. Christopher Bassinger in 26th, Rob Griffin in 27th, Tyler Dohar would finish in 28th, Tom Massey in 29th, Mark Hamlins in 30th.
In the 31st spot, we got Ryan Hoover in the number 92. 32nd, we got Cale Mabin in number 17. Joshua O'Connor Sr. finishing 33rd, number 59. And Raul Alves finishing 34th in the number 50 car.
Oh, sorry, I messed that up for you. Riley Payson was in 35th, and then Scott Burlington in 36th. It looks like we did indeed have 36 drivers in tonight's race. What a blast it is. Next week, we'll go ahead and bring up next race. We're going to be at another concrete track, sister track for Nashville Super Speedway in Dover, Delaware for the Dover International Speedway. 160 laps around the 1 mile oval. My apologies. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be just as good of racing, if not better, than we had here this week in Nashville.
Oh, nothing short of excitement at Dover Downs.
Kevin, how'd you enjoy this one? How was your first broadcast? And did the RICMOTECH Truck Series live up to the name?
It definitely lived up to the name. Nothing short of excitement, fun. I had a blast tonight. Hopefully, I was, lived up to the hype of the Kevin name.
Well, it was a fantastic job. I think we all enjoyed it. Appreciate you coming out with us, Kevin. We hope to see you again. From everybody here at the Esports Broadcasting Network, a sim racing media company, we thank you for coming out tonight to watch the race with us. We will be back next week at Dover, same time, same place as always.